From the East Tennessee Weather Center, here's your morning weather update with meteorologist Mike Witcher.
And good morning, everyone. Sure hope you have a great Tuesday. We start off with a little bit of dense fog in some locations, but the general idea is more sunshine and even warmer weather throughout the day today. Actually, yesterday we made it into the upper 60s to low 70s, so still trending a little bit above average for this time of the year. Not too terribly bad in Knoxville, but Crossville was 5 degrees above average. We were nearly 5 degrees above average also in Chattanooga and Tri-Cities. So the point of the story is that we will continue to warm here over the next several days thanks to a ridge of high pressure that's going to continue to dominate the weather pattern. And as it does so, that's the ridge of high pressure at the surface. We get a southerly fetch of warmth and moisture. But in the upper parts of the atmosphere, we've got another upper level ridge that's building its way in from Texas. And this is what's going to bring us the subsidence and sinking air and the warmer weather conditions. But there is a trough that's been digging its way across the Intermountain West and the upper Midwest. That is going to drag a cold front into the area, and that cold front's going to bring us a chance for some scattered light rain showers. So through Halloween, warm and dry, cold front comes through Thursday night and through the day on Friday. That will bring us some light rain early Friday, but sunshine and warm weather returns as we head into the upcoming weekend. So this morning we start off with temps in the 40s and 50s, a little bit chillier up across upper East Tennessee, a little bit warmer across the Southern Valley, but all in all, a pleasant start to the day. Lunchtime temperatures will be in the mid-60s. We'll see the fog burn off, and we'll see abundant sunshine. And temperatures back in the mid to upper 70s. Maybe a couple pockets of low 80s here or there, but the general rule of thumb is we will continue to warm as that ridge of high pressure builds on in. And that's going to give us some nice, comfortable evenings as well. By 6 o'clock, we're at 74, down to 67 degrees by 8 o'clock here tonight. When you look at the temperature trend, we're going to stay above average. Average high now is 67 degrees. We're going to be 10 to nearly 15 degrees above average. We'll come back down behind the cold front on Thursday night into Friday. Doesn't last long. We're back in the mid to upper 70s as we get into the upcoming weekend. If you're heading off to the football game here on Saturday, should be picture perfect football weather. Warm, yes, for this time of the year, late October, but hey, I think we'll take it. Dew points will stay in the 50s and 60s. I point this out because we don't have any major dry air intruding the area, coming on in, evecting in, even though we have cold fronts moving their way on through. And so therefore, our morning lows will stay elevated, so well above average. I mean, our average morning low, we're like in the low to mid 40s. And so our morning lows are going to be in the 50s and even 60s. So definitely unseasonably warm. And the problem is this trend may continue all the way through the first week to 2 weeks in November. And so we are looking at above average temperatures. We're looking at below average rainfall. Just not a lot of moisture on the way. Even with this cold front coming through Thursday night and Friday morning, it just doesn't have a lot of moisture. So let's pick up our timeline Thursday night. Anybody have travel plans into Middle Tennessee, West Tennessee, Northern Mississippi, maybe Northern Alabama? You'll probably get some rain for trick-or-treaters because that would be 6 o'clock Central Time. Probably going to stay dry, but you definitely need to check back in. I think if you live on the Cumberland Plateau, Southern Kentucky, Northern Alabama, maybe you're joining us from Northern Alabama, there is a chance for some rain as we get into and shortly after trick-or-treating. But most of this looks to come through as we head into the overnight hours and to start our Friday morning. So I think Friday is going to be kind of overcast, gray, dreary, probably damp. And then we'll start to see some gradual clearing throughout the day on Friday. And I think that's going to be the story as we get into the weekend. Bullseye for rainfall is going to be off to our west, but here locally, just doesn't add up to a whole lot. I would say less than 1/4 of an inch of rain. But at this point in the game, we'll go 20% chance of rain on Thursday, mainly after 7 o'clock at night. And that 20% on Friday will be mainly before noon. Most of the rain comes through during the overnight hours while we're sleeping. All right, so let's check it on those 7-day forecasts. Again, pick out the city you may be living in and or nearby. And of course, you can always find the specifics online at easttnweather.com or by downloading the East Tennessee Weather app and checking in on your daily forecast weather update. So great weather there. All right, let's talk about that trick-or-treat forecast. More specifically, if you are heading out with the kids and doing some trunk-or-treating or trick-or-treating, I mean, look at this. The temperatures are going to be great. We're in the mid-70s at 6, down to the upper 60s by 8. And if there are some late-day stragglers, late evening stragglers, even by 10 o'clock at night, the mid-60s. So as I mentioned, make sure you check in with the East Tennessee Weather app. Check in with those current conditions, day parts, 7-day forecasts. Hey, listen, I also do a 1 Minute with Witcher. I know most of us can't sit around and don't want to sit around for a traditional forecast. So check out 1 Minute with Witcher. It's online on under your daily forecast updates or, again, with the East Tennessee Weather app. By the way, it's a free download because nobody should ever have to pay for weather information. Don't pay for weather information. You don't need to. Have a great day. Your next weather update's coming up today at noon.